You know, sometimes you could be the right gift at the wrong address. People always drop you trying to embrace what they were never assigned to handle in the first place. As a consequence, they'll always mishandle you. Today on In the Mix, I want to talk to you and really have a courageous conversation about fragile, do not drop, how to handle me with TLC. Oh, I'm mic'd up. Join me and let's mix it up. Good people, how you doing? How you living? How's it going? What's happening? I hope you are doing well. Well, I want to welcome you to In the Mix. I'm yours truly, Dr. Eddie, your host with the most, and we're going to get the most out of this conversation. We're going to have a super conversation, of inspiration, of illumination. In order to do that, family, I need you to drop some light bulb emojis in the chat. Come on, drop some light bulb emojis in the chat. And then while you're doing that, hit the thumbs up button on this video. Come on, hit the thumbs up button on this video. While you're at that as well, hit the subscribe button. I don't want you to be a ghost follower. I don't want you to be here but not be here. So hit the thumbs up button and the subscribe button as well. Yes, thank you for dropping some light bulb emojis in the chat. We're going to have this courageous conversation. We lighten it up. We sure are. We staying lit. We too lit to quit. Why? Because we are the light of the world. We're having a 100-watt conversation, and we want to spotlight and highlight this topic today. Fragile, do not drop. How to handle me with TLC. I ain't even talking about T-Bob's left eye and jelly. Talking about tender, loving care. And here's the thing. When you know that you have something that is so precious and so priceless, and you know, you're sending some type of gift or whatever the case may be through the mail, you want to make sure, especially if it's what do y'all call it? A vase? You call it a vase? You know, it's like Target or Target. I don't know. But I do know that you ensure that the person that is handling your package, you're saying, hey, you know what, could you make sure that, can we wrap this up a little bit more? You know, could we put a little bubble wrap around it? Yeah, can we put a little bubble wrap around this jewelry or whatever the case may be, this fragile item that I am shipping through the mail? And you go a little step beyond it. And you say, you know what? Could you put on the label, could you put on the box, the label, fragile, do not drop? Yeah, because I don't know how many hands that this package is going to be in. So I want to make sure that it is delivered and is received even better than it was when I shipped it. Am I the only one? Are y'all the same way? Y'all the same way? And when you think about this, each one of us is just like that package. We've been packaged with purpose, promise, possibility, and potential. Oh, yes, we have. We really have. And if you would take that type of care with an inanimate object, with that which has no soul, with that which has no life in it, and you would ensure that it is packaged the right way so that it is handled with care. Don't you see yourself like that? Don't you see the people who are in your life, quote unquote, your loved ones and family and friends, as that way too? Because each one of us, no matter how tough we act, no matter how much we want to portray ourselves to be, you be the tough girl, you be the tough guy. No matter how it is that we portray ourselves to be, here's the thing that I realize. All of us have a fragile do not drop label in our lives. And here's one thing that I realize: you never know what people are struggling with. You never know what people are grappling with. You never know what people are dealing with internally. Our words, our actions, what I realize, they don't have a receipt. So you can't take that back. You can say something in the next few seconds. You could have said something prior, in the past, in seconds, that now distorts the potentiality of a great relationship that messes it up for years. Oh yeah. You could say something in a temporary situation that now has permanent ramifications. And guess what? Yeah, there can be forgiveness, but it doesn't mean that I have to handle you closely. It doesn't mean that you have to handle the other person closely either. You can be so much in your feelings that now you're filled with just your feelings and you don't even move into a place of emotional intelligence. You have to understand this, that our words, our actions, they don't have a receipt. We cannot take them back. We have to handle each other with TLC, with tender loving care. We have to really carry each other carefully. Come on, family, type TLC. Type TLC. We have to make sure that we handle and we carry each other carefully. Why? So that we don't drop anybody unexpectedly. What does that mean? It means you're kind. It means you're courteous. It means you're handling people with care. And here's the thing, what I understand this about being kind and being courteous and care, it means you really are courageous. It takes real courage to do all of that. It takes real courage to move into a place of, when you have justifiable rage and anger, to really move into a place of kindness, to move into a place of self-care, to create healthy boundaries that say, listen, I can't bring you in close proximity to me anymore. It's nothing personal, it's business. I got to be about my Father's business. I put a lot of work into this relationship, or put a lot of work into this, that, and the other, but it didn't work out. So guess what? I'm going to work the works of him that sent me. Yeah. Come on. How many times, I want you to ask yourself this question. How many times did you put work into relationships? How many times have you prioritized relationships and you say to yourself, listen, where did it get me? Think about this. Where did it get you prioritizing many of the relationships that, yeah, maybe you were dating somebody, maybe you were married to somebody, short-term dating, long-term dating, I don't know what it is. Where you say, I prioritize relationships and where did it get me? But will you switch your mind to say, listen, I'm going to prioritize work and watch where it takes me? Yeah, watch where it takes you when you get diligent about what it is that God called you to do. And if he adds somebody to your life, that's an added bonus and an added blessing too. We've all been dropped in various ways. Whether it's by an absentee father, whether it's by a mother, whether it is disappointment, whether it is life's situations. We've all been dropped, whether it's in a relationship. And the thing that is so easy to do is to go rogue. Is to just be a savage. It's to say, listen, I don't want nothing to do with it. It's to say, hey, check this out. No. I don't even want to stomach it. We've all been dropped in so many different ways to where it's easy for us to just fall back, step back, wash our hands of people. From the most toughest of us to the most sensitive of us, there are places in our lives that if you really be serious with yourself, that you really need healing. You really need healing in your mind. You really need healing in your soul. You really need healing in your spirit. You really need healing in your heart. You really need healing in the place of your relationships. You really need healing because you're dealing with some mother wounds. You're dealing with some father wounds. And you're trying to move into a place of healing due to the childhood wounds and the scars that are in your life. That now you're looking for somebody to be a father because you didn't have one. Looking for that woman to embody the aspects of the mother that you wish you would have had. Hello, somebody. If you be honest with yourself, you really need healing in order so that you can live your best life. Come on, family, hit the thumbs up button on this video. Come on, we're having real conversation. Real talk, real talk. You know what we do here. We're having a real conversation. Fragile do not drop. How to handle me with TLC. How to handle me with empathy. How to handle me with tender, loving care. Yeah, I'm not talking about T-Boz left eye and children, because I don't want no scrubs. Come on. Sometimes you got to laugh to keep from crying. You may have been dropped, may have been damaged. But what I realize is that God can repair your heart. God can repair your soul. God can repair your mind. God can repair your spirit. He can fix your heart. In the midst of you leading while bleeding, silently suffering, hemorrhaging while trying to help other people, feeling like you are in a prison without bars simply because you're dealing with emotional incarceration, psychological pain, the toxicity, the trauma, the triggers of what it is that you have experienced in your life, where it's been so much TNT, yeah, trauma and triggers, but no. That's caused you to, here it is, implode and explode. But no, there's a new type of TNT that's coming, and that is truth and transformation. That's what's getting ready to happen for you today. That's what's getting ready to happen right here on In the Mix. Too many of us have been leading while bleeding. And so often, as a consequence, here's what we find ourselves. We find ourselves helping others the most when we're the ones who are hurting the most. When you're in places, when you're in positions of leadership to where, here it is, you always got to be on. You always have to be the person who is the bigger person. You always got to put your smile on. You always have to be, cool, calm, collected, candid with candor. Yeah, you always got to be poised and polished. You got to be shaking hands. You got to be kissing babies. Like that, like a politician would. You know the routine. Smiling for the camera, giving eye contact. I'm blessed and highly favored, but oftentimes you're feeling low to the flow. People smiling in your face all the time. They want to take your place. What did OJ say? They backstabbers. People who you think are in many cases supposed to be tapping you and patting you on the back. But you find them really patting you on the back to find the softest spot where to stab you in the back. Yeah, they put the knife 9 inches in deep, took it out 6. That's not progress. Remove the whole thing. That's why David said, listen, I don't even need you to pat me on the back. David in scripture. I don't need you to really encourage me. David said, I'll encourage myself in the Lord. People will try to give you encouragement, which is really disguised as discouragement. David said, listen, I'll encourage myself in the Lord. I don't need you to encourage me. I'll encourage me. Let me get the burden off your back. Let me take the burden off your back. Don't even worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Isn't that what the meme said? Don't even worry about it. Came across a thought the other day. Said, imagine hating me for no reason while I'm doing the work, while I'm developing my purpose and my craft to become someone you'd hate even worse. Let me say that twice because that was so nice. Imagine hating me for no reason while I'm doing the work, developing my craft to become someone that you'd hate even worse. But here's what you got to get to the place. You got to get to the place of, listen, I'm not going to allow anybody to dim my light. I'm going to shine. I'm going to do the work. I'm going to develop in the dark. I'm going to cultivate my craft. I'm going to move into a place of connectivity. I'm going to do the healing. I'm going to do the real work that nobody can see, so that when everybody sees me, I can smile. And this time when I'm really smiling, it's a real genuine one. Real genuine one. Yeah, that's what it's about. Real genuine smile. Come on, family. Just type fragile, do not drop. Fragile, do not drop. And before I expect anybody to handle me with care, what are you doing to handle yourself with care? Because if you're really going to be honest with yourself, many of us need to give ourselves grace. We know how to put on our own favorite and best smile. We know how to put on our best face to walk in the place. And sometimes here's what you do. You get to a place in your life to where your back is against the wall. You're too weak to be strong because naturally you're a helper. Naturally you're a giver. Everyone comes to you with problems and you always have an answer. But here's the thing. You can't take your problems to other people because everybody now has a highbrow aspect. I can't believe. Really? You struggling? You got bad days? Because now they just see you as a machine. They just see you as a robot. They just see you as above the fray. You help your girlfriends. You help your homeboys. But who's helping you? You encourage everybody else. But here's what I realize. Sometimes an encourager needs to be encouraged. Come on, family. We're having a super conversation. Drop a super chat. Drop a super sticker. Having a super conversation. Drop a super chat. Drop a super sticker. If you're not a part of our Eagles community, I want you to join us. I want you soaring with us. What's your ETA, family? Come on. Now is the time. Go right now to theeaglesacademy.com. Got a special rate for you for just $24.99 to where you're going to experience greater transformation through the teaching. You're going to experience greater connectivity in our community. You're going to feel more refreshed about yourself. You're going to have greater sense of identity and awareness for where it is that you're going. You're going to have clarity in your life. In the midst of life being so cloudy, don't you think you need some clarity? Our community gives you clarity. I want you to join us. Go to theeaglesacademy.com. TheEaglesAcademy.com, TheEaglesAcademy.com. When you get there, tap the Join Now button, fill out the form, be transformed. Only $24.99. You owe it to you to be in a community that cultivates you. Did you hear what I just said? You owe it to you to be in a community that cultivates you. Yeah, that's how you can partner with us. I want you to partner with me. Partner with me. You can also partner with me on another level by becoming a member of In the Mix. Well, how are you just going to watch In the Mix but not become a member of In the Mix? Go ahead, become a member right now. Yeah, become a member of In the Mix. Tap the join button. Link is in the chat. Link is in the description of this video for how to become a member. And here's my give and my gift to you as you partner with me. I'm now giving you access to our Connor's Corner content. Yeah, where I'm giving you some behind the scenes, real insight, and just showing you my life in just a different way, a different flavor, What I don't generally share on Facebook, what I don't share on Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok. I don't share on social media, much less on the YouTube side. It's all in the membership side. Membership has its privileges. So I want you to go there and become a member. Family, we got more conversation coming your way. Fragile, do not drop. Can you handle me with some TLC? Oh, we're going to talk more about it. Yeah. In the midst of this message, I got a special message for you. Won't you stick and stay? More is on the way. After these messages, I'll be right back. Our schools are underfunded, teachers are underpaid, and our children are undereducated. Our classrooms, culture, curriculum, and communities are in crisis like never before. Education is the key, but the lock is broken. So how do we fix it? I'm so glad that you asked. I'm giving you strategies in my new book. It's my 17th book, by the way, called Strategies for Successful Schools. How to develop a diverse classroom of learners who read, lead, and succeed. This is a book that's available right now for our educational leaders. It's a must-read for school board members, parents, community advocates, transformative teachers. But not only that, so many of our young people are struggling with their academics, their mental well-being, limiting beliefs, procrastination, interpersonal trauma, and just feeling like they're hopeless. But what if there was a go-to guide to empower you to be a champion? Here's the good news. I've got another book for you. It's my 18th one. Learners are Leaders. Strategies and Solutions for Student Success. It's got a 31-day journal in there. It's got affirmations, really a lot of valuable life lessons, ways to set smart goals for success, improve your mental well-being, foster academic success. So much more that is in store when you get not just one, but both of these books. They're both available right now on Amazon. But also, you can get signed copies that are available at theeaglesacademy.com/books. Don't just get them for you, but also get them for someone else too. Yes, y'all, and we don't stop. Come on, family, I need you to heed to these resources that you've heard. Let's get back to the word. We're talking about Fragile, do not drop. How to handle me with TLC. Come on, family, just type love. Type love. Type love. In a world of hate, in a world of that which does not make you feel great, we need love to live. We need love to laugh. We need love to lead. We need love to succeed. We need love to grow. We need love to give. Love's in need of love today. Don't delay. Send it now, right away. Don't delay. Simply because oftentimes we have become the right gift at the wrong address. We're trying to get people to embrace us who, in many cases, were never assigned to handle us in the capacity that we desired. Yeah. Isn't it interesting that oftentimes we'll easily settle and find ourselves never getting to the next level? We'll settle for what's wrong, and then what's right we'll be suspicious of. The things that we do for so many times other people, we don't always see that in return. What is it to you to when you're seeing that life becomes like a vapor? As the late great Langston Hughes said, life for me ain't been no crystal stair. It's a lot of pain, a lot of shards of glass that oftentimes now affect your life to where you're trying to put the broken pieces of your life back together again. What is it to you when here it is, the advice you give that keeps people's relationships, it keeps people's marriages together, but that same advice that you give to others that's working for them, it puts you in a place to where your marriage is falling apart? Who is the strong friend that checks on you in your time of weakness? Who encourages the encourager? Because here's what I realize. At the end of the day, we are our own CEO. We are the chief encouraging officer of our lives. Yeah, we're the chief evaluating officer of our own lives. We are a CEO, here it is, one who creates endless opportunities. Are we opening ourselves for doors of opportunities, or are we shutting the doors of opportunities on ourselves simply because of how we think? Simply because of how we handle ourselves. Simply because, here it is, because of how we have mishandled ourselves. Say whatever you want to about Lauryn Hill. That's one of the greatest albums of all time. Matter of fact, by Apple Music, it was listed as the greatest album of all time. If not one, it was two. Second to Thriller, of course, Michael Jackson. And if you think about that one particular album that she put out, still resonates to this day. The miseducation of Lauryn Hill. So many times we have a miseducation about ourselves. Yeah, the miseducation of the brother who's watching me now, the miseducation of the sister who's watching me, and you could put your name in the dotted line. Simply because of how we have been mishandled, it causes us to feel miseducated. And now, because of how we've been mishandled, because of how we've been miseducated, here's what we do. We mismanage our purpose. That's what we do. We mismanage the resources. We mismanage the greatness. We mismanage the wherewithal because somebody taught us that which was deleterious to our destiny. If you don't learn to love yourself, I guarantee you somebody's going to teach you how to hate yourself. And oftentimes we were indoctrinated in a place of hate before we were ever embraced with love. So now we become miseducated. We become miseducated on who it is that we are. We become miseducated on our purpose. We become miseducated on our gifts. You're supposed to be moving into a place of grace and greatness, but now you're holding grudges. Miseducation. You're supposed to be moving into a place of purpose and power and potential. But now you're walking in a place of pain because you've been so miseducated. Come on, this is what you got to do. You have to unlearn. Yeah, there's some things you're going to have to unlearn. There's some things you're going to have to relearn in order for you to earn. You're going to have to enroll outside of the University of Adversity. You have to graduate out of the University of Adversity. You're going to have to graduate out of the School of Hard Knocks. You're going to have to get into God's greatness and take some of God's courses for your life. You're going to have to get into a place of some spiritual development and insight and inspiration, wisdom and enrichment so that you can re-educate yourself about who it is that you are, so that you can unlearn. One of the sad indictments in our school system is that whenever Black history rolls around, we only specifically focus on slavery. Your history doesn't begin with slavery. I need you to hear me, that your history does not begin with your hurt. Your history does not begin with your abuse. Your history does not begin with your abandonment. Your history does not begin with rejection. Your history does not begin with mother wounds. Your history does not begin with father wounds. I need you to understand that you are fragile. Handle yourself with care. I know they dropped you, but don't let that stop you. It said fragile do not drop on the box. It said fragile do not drop on your life. And they dropped you. And now here it is. You became like Mephibosheth in scripture. Lord, help me today. Help me, help me. Hear me. Come on, family tight. Don't stop. Don't stop. I know they dropped you, but don't let it stop you. They dropped you like Mephibosheth. And here's the thing. When you think about it in scripture, Mephibosheth was dropped by the one who was supposed to take care of him the most. Isn't it interesting in scripture? Here it is. It wasn't an engineer who dropped Mephibosheth. It wasn't a warrior who dropped Mephibosheth. It wasn't a king. It wasn't a queen. It wasn't his best friend. Mephibosheth was dropped by a nurse. I can't make this stuff up. The one who was entrusted to care for him the most. Here it is. What do you do when you're dropped by someone who's a caregiver? What do you do when you're dropped by someone who was learned and had an expertise in supposedly taking care of people? What do you do when you're dropped by the person who said they loved you and they'd lift you and they said, I do to you, and you said, I do to them too? What do you do when they know you got a fragile do not drop label in your life, but they drop you anyway? They know about the hurt you've experienced. They know about the pain that you've been through. They know about the crisis that was in many cases deleterious to your destiny. They know about all the vicissitudinous situations and trials of what it is that you have experienced, but they still dropped you back in the same mess of what it is that you told them was so painful in your life. How do you handle it? What do you do? Scripture said that Mephibosheth was dropped by his caregiver, by his nurse, and here it is, immediately became lame. Became lame immediately. Sometimes people hurt you and they cut you, and I mean, it's not something that just becomes an abscess days down the line, months down the line, years down the line, but no, it's an instantaneous situation. It's an instantaneous hurt. It's an instantaneous pain. That now you go through life limping when you were created for leaping. What do you do when the things that were supposed to make you leap caused you now to limp? When people gave up on you, when people hurt you, they hurt you internally, but you're smiling externally. Where you find yourself leading while you're bleeding. You become everything to everybody else, but nothing to yourself. You put makeup over your mess. You put a skirt or a suit over your scars and your stress. You put a Band-Aid over your bruises, promising, no, I'm never going to let nobody see me cry. I'm never going to let nobody see me sweat. You're always on the move. You're always on the scene. Why? Because you won't deal with the things that are so unseen. The things that disturb your serenity, that eat away at your tranquility. Who am I talking to? I hope it's you. Come on, family, type healing, healing, type healing. What I love is this, that even though Mephibosheth was dropped, there was still a seat that was reserved for him at the king's table. Yeah. Mephibosheth was remembered, and here's the thing, he didn't have to stand at the table. Nobody else had to stand at the table. He was able to sit at the table because, listen, it wasn't even about his feet at that time, wasn't even about his legs that were lame at that time. When everybody is sitting, it looks like nobody has a disability. We're not focused on your inability, we're focused on your ability. And hear me, I know other people disabled you. They disabled your heart. Here it is. Sometimes they disabled your tear ducts. You haven't even cried in years. Because you said, listen, I'm never going to experience any type of pain at all. I'm just going to move into a place of rage. I'm just going to move into a place of isolation. People disabled your emotions. They disabled your feelings. They disabled, here it is, your emotional intelligence. And so now you just respond 0 to 100 real quick. You're so impulsive about everything. Simply because somebody miseducated you about you. And hear me, I need you to find out the truth about you. He who the Son has set free is free indeed. Ye shall know the truth, and the truth will make you free. Not set you free, because whatever is set, you could also return back to. Because chains are no longer metal, now they're mental. But when I make you free, you can't return back to your original condition. And I believe even as I'm talking to you right now, God is making you free, free from the hurt, free from the child abuse, free from the abandonment, free from the neglect, free from all the bad relationships, free from that divorce, free from those bruises, free from those scars, free from those lies, free from what they said, free from how they treated you, free from the miseducation that was indoctrinated and placed on you. I need you to get the truth about who it is that you are, because your destiny is greater than your history. Do you hear me? Your destiny is greater than your history. And here's what I need you to do. I need you to handle yourself with care, family. I need you to handle you with care. There's beauty that's inside of you. There's grace. There's grit. There's greatness that's inside of you. The world needs what you have to offer. Come on, don't shortchange us because of how somebody shortchanged you. Yeah, don't shortchange us. I need you to heal from whatever came up short in your life so that you can be a marathon runner, so that you can be a long distance runner, so that you can run on and see what the end is going to be. So hear me, you can do what Paul said. Press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of God in Christ Jesus. Every depression over your life is broken. That spirit of wanting to unalive yourself is broken. That spirit of withdrawal and neglect and isolation and in many cases being antisocial, it is over for you. It's over for you. It's over for you withdrawing from everybody else because so many people withdrew from you. They didn't deposit anything. And now in many cases, you become so bankrupt with love. Bankrupt of healing. Bankrupt of joy and peace. Bankrupt. But I believe that God is depositing greatness in your life. Come on, family, just type deposit, deposit. He's depositing new education. You're going to have a new and improved attitude. There's an awakening that is coming to you about what it is that God has placed inside of you. He's re-educating you to the fact that you're a child of God. He's re-educating you to the fact that you've been chosen in Him before the foundation of the earth. There's a new education coming to you that here it is. You've been chosen for the next chapter. There's a new education coming in to you because I need you to handle you with care. They dropped you. But I want you to get back up again. Why? Because if you can look up, hear me, if you can look up, you can get up. A knockdown is not a knockout unless you stay down. The canvas is no place for a champion. I need you to get back up again. Knock down 7 times, stand up 8. Why is it 8? Because the first time that you ever knocked down, you were always standing. Stand, and having done all to stand, I need you to stand. Do you overstand? Yeah, I don't not understand. Do you overstand what I'm saying? Got to handle yourself with TLC. Got to be tender. Got to have love and care. Handle yourself with care. Handle yourself with grace. Don't handle yourself the way other people mismanaged you. Don't handle yourself the other way that people have mishandled you. But I need you to handle you. I need you to handle yourself like you are one of God's children. I need you to handle yourself like you're one of the king's kids. I need you to understand in that you got to handle yourself like you've been chosen for the next chapter. I need you to handle yourself how God has handled you and how He's lifted you out of the miry clay, placed your feet upon a rock to stay. They put a disability on you, but there's an ability that's coming out of you. You've been enabled for greatness. You've been enabled for purpose. You've been enabled for peace. You've been enabled that goes beyond every label. Yeah, I need to hear me. How God has enabled you is greater than the label that people have placed on you. Come on, family, type I'm approved. I'm approved. I'm approved for the next door. I'm approved for the open opportunity. I'm approved for the next chapter. I'm approved for healing. I'm approved for love. I'm approved for joy. I'm approved for peace. I'm approved for increase. I'm approved to be in another tax bracket. I'm approved to be a Fortune 500 CEO. I'm approved to be a real estate agent. I'm approved because I've improved and walked into the greater grace and greatness of what God has given me. Come on, family, just type greater grace on your life. More grace, more joy, more peace, and more increase is happening to and for you. Family, this is a great place to sow. I want you to sow where you grow. I want you to sow where you soar. This is where you grow. This is where you soar. It's not as a debt that you owe, it is a seed that you sow. I want you to partner with us. Yeah, we want to broaden this broadcast. You can help us to do that. I want you to partner with us. We need to get new equipment. You can help us to do that. I want you to partner with us. We're taking this message to the least, the last, the lost, the left out, the overlooked, the underserved, and the underrepresented. Neighborhoods and nations. Cities and communities. You can help us to do that. I want you to sow even now. Link is in the chat. Link is in the description for how to give, for where to give. I want you to partner with us. Your seed will help to meet every need. It really will. Not as a debt that you owe, it is a seed that you sow. And I thank you even in advance for sowing into this word that you have heard. And as you're sowing your seed, I want you to name your seed. Maybe you're naming your seed TLC. I want to come into agreement with you. I want to join my faith to yours, that God does exceedingly abundantly above all that you can ask or think. Eyes haven't seen, ears haven't heard, neither has it entered the hearts of men what God has prepared for them that love him. Yeah, that's the L in TLC. I want you to sow your seed, and as you're sowing your seed, I want you to name your seed. Maybe you're naming your seed faith. Maybe you're naming your seed love. Maybe you're naming your seed care. Maybe you're naming your seed tenderness. Maybe you're naming your seed greatness. Maybe you're naming your seed grace. And I believe there's a grace for growth on your life. Cash App, $Access Identity is where you can sow as well. PayPal, Zelle, which is EddieConnorJr at Gmail. You can give via Super Chat, via Super Sticker, and sow into the Super Conversation. We've had a Super Conversation. You can give via Super Chat, via Super Sticker. I want to thank you for the seeds that you have sown. I want to thank you for partnering with us. I want to thank you for putting a seed in the ground, into good ground, that is. And I'm believing it's going to reap a harvest of blessings in your life, 30, 60, 100-fold, to where it comes back in money, to where it comes back in financial stability, to where it comes back in good stewardship, to where it comes back in promotion, to where it comes back in healing in your body, to where it comes back where your children are blessed, to where it comes back to whatever you put your hands to, it prospers. Yeah. I'm speaking it over your life. I decree it. I declare it. Expect God to do it. And I thank you for sowing into it. Family, if you're not a member of our Eagles community, you need a coach. Every stellar athlete, every stellar entertainer, every stellar individual who really wants to do something of significance and success in life, they always have someone that they lean on for guidance, for truth and transparency, for direction. I want to be your coach. I want you to join our Eagles community to where I can really speak life into your life in an individualized community, an individualized approach, to where you get greater connectivity, to where you grow into our community of camaraderie, to where you're able to develop. You need connectivity. You need community. In our community is a place of accountability. It's transformation. It's transparency. It's development. We're giving you and sharing you all the things that did not go right and what can go wrong and what will go right now. Simply because of the strategies, the structure, the solutions, and the systems of what it is that we have given. The things that we tried that didn't work, the things that we're trying now and we tweaked and now working, that can work for you too. Yeah, a lot of trial and error. But guess what? We move from a lot of error to expectation. We move from a lot of error to the equivalency of greatness. And it can happen for you too. Nobody grows in silo. You don't just soar as high as your dream, you soar as high as your team. I want you to join our team of amazing eagles. Come on, family, drop some eagle emojis in the chat to where we soar into more. Go right now to theeaglesacademy.com. Links in the chat, links in the description of this video. Theeaglesacademy.com. Be a part of our amazing Eagles community for just $24.99. For what you're getting versus what you're giving, the value far exceeds the monetary compensation. Again, theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the join now button. Fill out the form. I guarantee you're going to be transformed. I can't wait to see your face in our digital space. What's your ETA? Come on, family. Now's the time. Family, hit the thumbs up button on this video. Hit the thumbs up button on this video. Yeah. Hit the thumbs up button on this video. Hit the subscribe button as well. Was this a conversation of transformation? Was it? Come on, let me know. Did this bless somebody? I do want you to partner with me on another level, and that is by becoming an In the Mix member. Got a lot of great content in our members only area that you have to become a member to be given the green light to be able to enjoy it, join it, and see much of the footage that I've never shown on social media. The types of conversations that I have as well. So this is what I want you to do. Tap the join button on this channel. Yeah, our channel for change, our channel that creates change, our channel that breaks chains. And secure a badge. That's why it's so colorful in the comments and the conversation area here, because so many members have purchased a badge. I don't want you just watching the mix and not become a member of In the Mix. So go ahead, secure a badge, and that now gives you access. That's my give and my gift to you, to give you membership access into our Connor's Corner content. Membership has its privileges. And oh, what a privilege it is when you step into our Connor's Corner content area. Family, In the Mix, well, it is out of time. But y'all know I'm not out of truth, and so I want to thank you for rocking with me. I want to thank you for riding with me. I really do want to thank you for rolling with me. Why? Because that's just how we roll. And we roll together each and every single weekday, Monday through Friday, for In the Mix. And we do that right here, Monday through Friday. Yep. Do that right here, Monday through Friday. And then we do it as well on our Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok. We don't stop. Salute to all of you who are watching on our social media sites. Yeah. Really do appreciate you for watching on our social media sites and our social media satellite stations. Sincere salute. But I just got a question for you. As you're hitting the thumbs up button on this video and as you are hitting the subscribe button, because I don't want you to be a ghost follower, just wanted to ask you, are you my friend? Are you locked in? Yeah, are you my friend? Are we locked in? Then step this way. Come on, step that way. Yeah, step this way, step that way. Which way? By friending me, by following me right now on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok. We don't stop. At EddieConnorJr. Yeah, come on, family. Put some respect on my name. EddieConnorJr. Y'all keep showing love, and you know I am going to keep showing up. If I can help you, if I can serve you in any way, come on, why would you ever hesitate to reach out to me? Hit me up. Let me know. What's good? If you're looking for a dynamic speaker, why would you look any further? Come on, family. You know I'm the man for the job. So invite me to speak at your church, your conference, your community center, your school, your graduation, your teacher in service, your session, whatever's clever, your event. Let's make some progression. I would be honored to invite you. I'd be honored to empower you, rather. I'd be honored for you to invite me. All you have to do to invite me is to email me. Email me to invite me. info@EddieConnorJr. And it'd be an honor for me to empower you. Yours truly, Dr. Eddie, your main man, 100 grand, your brother from another mother. Family, it's been fun, but you know, brother, gotta run. So I want you to know it's been a privilege and a pleasure, a treat and a treasure, a joy beyond measure. But I want you, yes, you, I'm talking to you, to remember to keep the faith and believe it's going to be bigger, better, brighter. Peace and a whole lot of love, family. Keep soaring higher. Family, there is power in partnership, and we are better together, which is why I am on a mandated mission to activate 30, yes, 30 new action takers who are ready to soar beyond their limits. I'm ready to develop and deploy you into your gifts and your greatness. Now, are you ready? Well, get activated by joining the Eagles Academy, where we cultivate your gifts and your talents to become the greatest version of yourself. And we do this through weekly mastermind sessions where you receive strategies for exponential growth with self-paced Eagles Nest reflections that include personalized feedback to transform you, to renew your mindset, to empower you to take action and actualize your purpose. Are you an action taker? If so, today I ask you, are you ready to answer the call? Well, great. Then visit theeaglesacademy.com and become a member. For only $24.99, you will unlock unlimited knowledge and resources that will launch you and catapult you into the greatest version of yourself. I invite you to the winner's circle. On your mark, get set, go right now to theeaglesacademy.com and seize this